So you're thinking about moving to Charleston, South Carolina, and a 55 and over community has caught your eye. Or maybe you're just curious about what life in one of these neighborhoods looks like. Well, either way, I've got you covered. Today, we're diving deep into the pros and cons of 55 and over communities in the Charleston area. Trust me, by the time we're done, you're going to feel like you've already lived there already. Well, minus the HOA meetings and the neighborhood potlucks. Stick around because what I'm going to share in this video could change the way you think about where you want to move next. I'm Deneen Gary, the Southern Living Yankee, and a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina and the surrounding areas. And I love helping people just like you find home. Whether you're buying, selling, or simply exploring the market, I'm here with honest advice and local insights. Before we go any further, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos about life in Charleston and the rest of the Lowcountry. Picture this. It's a beautiful morning in the Lowcountry. The sun is just starting to rise over moss-draped oaks, and you're walking out your front door to join a neighbor for coffee. Maybe you're heading to yoga class in the clubhouse, or you're gearing up for a round of golf with your new crew. This is the promise of a 55 and over community in Charleston. A lifestyle that blends relaxation, activity, and convenience in one picturesque package. But is it right for you? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on what life is really like in Charleston's 55 and over communities. We're going to talk about the good and the bad and everything in between. Plus, I'm going to spotlight some of the most popular communities in the area, like Dell Webb at Cane Bay, Cresswind, Charleston, and Four Seasons at the Lakes of Cane Bay, so you'll know exactly where we should start our search. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why would anyone want to move to a 55 and over community in the first place, right? Well, for starters, these neighborhoods are designed to make life easy and enjoyable. Forget about mowing the lawn, fixing the broken fence, or worrying about a roof replacement, because most 55 and over communities have HOAs that take care of all the heavy lifting for you. That brings us to one of the biggest selling points, the amenities. I'm talking about pools, indoor and outdoor, state-of-the-art fitness centers, tennis courts, walking trails, pickleball courts. Well, because let's face it, pickleball is basically the official sport for 55 and over communities. And even community gardens. Take Dell Webb Charleston at Nexton, for example. This community is part of the larger Nexton development. It's a master plan community, so it's really like a little city of its own. Dell Webb residents have access to a 25,000 square foot clubhouse with a fitness center, indoor and outdoor pools, and an activities director who plans events and outings. There's also a full calendar of clubs, from book clubs to gardening groups to wine tasting meetups. If you're looking to make friends and stay active, this place checks all the boxes. Another standout is Cresswind Charleston in Summerville. Cresswind is known for its wellness-focused lifestyle. They have something called the Cresswind Smart Fit training program, which is designed to help residents stay healthy and active. Plus, the community has a gorgeous clubhouse, tons of social events, and even on-site activities like cooking classes and live music. But let's take a step back and talk about location, because this is a huge factor when choosing a 55 and over community. Charleston is one of the most desirable areas to live in the country, and for good reason. The beaches, the history, the food scene, there is always something to do. Whether you're strolling through the historic streets of downtown Charleston, catching a sunset on Folly Beach, or exploring the plantations and gardens that dot the area. It's really hard to beat the charm of the Lowcountry. That said, not every 55 and over community is smack dab in the middle of the action. Many are located just outside of Charleston in places like Summerville. This is great if you're looking for a quieter, more laid back environment, but it does mean that you might have to drive just a little bit to get to some of the area's top attractions. Let's talk traffic for a moment, because this is one of the cons of living near Charleston. The city's popularity means that the roads can get pretty congested, especially during rush hour or tourist season. If you're planning a trip downtown or to one of the beaches, you'll want to leave yourself plenty of time to get there. Now, while we're on the topic of downsides, let's dig into some other cons of 55 and over communities. One of the biggest complaints I hear is about those HOA rules. These associations are designed to maintain the look and feel of the neighborhood, but that also means that they can be pretty strict. Want to paint your front door a bold color? Well, you better get it approved. If you're thinking about putting up a fence for your dog, you'll need to check with the rules first. And then there's the cost. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Living in a 55 and over community isn't cheap. In addition to the price of the home, you'll likely be paying for a monthly HOA, which can range from a couple $100s to over $400, depending on which community you're in. The good news is that these fees usually cover a lot, including landscaping, mowing the grass, amenities, and maintenance of the common areas. But it's something to keep in mind as you're budgeting for your move. Okay, now back to the good stuff, because there's a lot of it. One of the things I love about the communities is how they're designed with convenience in mind. Take Four Seasons at Lakes of Cane Bay in Summerville, for instance. This community is built around a series of lakes, and residents can enjoy kayaking, fishing, and paddleboarding right in their backyard. There's also a clubhouse, pools, and a fitness center, plus tons of social events to keep you busy. And let's not forget about the homes themselves. Most 55 and over communities offer single-story living, which is a huge plus if you're looking to avoid stairs. You'll also find open floor plans, modern kitchens, and plenty of storage space. All the things that make day-to-day life easier. Another popular option is the ponds in Summerville. This isn't exclusively a 55 and over community. Cresswind, which I mentioned earlier, is in the back of this community. But the ponds offers some beautiful homes, walking trails, and a community center where residents can gather for events. It's close to downtown Summerville, so you're never far from shopping, dining, and entertainment. This community also has its very own YMCA. Okay, let's switch gears, and we're going to talk about the social aspect of 55 and over communities. If you're someone who loves meeting new people and being part of a close-knit group, you're going to love this lifestyle. Most communities have an activities director who organizes everything from fitness classes to holiday parties to group outings. It's like having a built-in social calendar. But what if you're more of an introvert? Don't worry. There's plenty of space to do your own thing. A lot of these homes have private patios or screened-in porches where you can relax with a book or just enjoy some quiet time. And with so many amenities on site, you can stay active and engaged without ever leaving the neighborhood. Now, before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more pro: safety. Many 55 and over communities are gated, which adds an extra layer of security. Plus, with so many neighbors around, you always have people looking out for you. So there you have it, a deep dive into the pros and cons of 55 and over communities in Charleston, South Carolina. If you're still on the fence about whether this lifestyle is right for you, I'd be happy to help you explore your options. My name is Deneen Gary, the Southern Living Yankee, and a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina and the surrounding areas. And I love helping people just like you find home. Whether you're buying, selling, or simply exploring the market, I'm here with honest advice and local insights. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos about life in Charleston and the rest of the Lowcountry. Thank you again for joining me. So long for today.